Good evening. Hello, legacy makers. I'm drinking my cup of tea, but we are back on track. I am not vacationing or going on trips. Hey, Antoinette, nice seeing you, girl. Um, it feels really nice to just, hey, Jerry, it feels really nice to just be back, not be traveling. It's not as glamorous as it seems, but I wanted to bring back Real Talk with Elaine Liu. Hey, Bernadette, nice seeing you. And it's going to be different in a good way because I know, and just so you guys know, I'm like using two different screens. I know last year I was doing lives every single day, and I really want to be intentional with my content that I'm creating, whether it's a live, a post, or a story, where I'm making sure that I'm providing quality information. Hey, Sanella, nice seeing you, girl. Wow, I love that all of you guys are joining. So this live that I'm doing, I want to talk about how I had my most abundant month in business last month while I was on a 2-week vacation. So I sent an email, I sent a post about this, and before I give you all the tips, hey Juliana, nice seeing you. Before I give you all of the tips, I want to define what I mean by the most abundant month in my business. So yes, I did have my highest cash month, but that's not really what made my month really abundant to me. What made my month abundant was that I was on a 2-week vacation. I was with my boyfriend in the motherland in Philippines. That's where my family is from. And I got to really enjoy my time for my brother's wedding and be present with myself. Because we decided to create our businesses so that we could have more time freedom. And that what ends up happening is, oh my gosh, like I am a slave to my business. I need to make sure I'm paying for all my bills. And just so you know, this took me a while to figure out where I could just have a flow in knowing the systems that works for my business. Because what I do in my business is even different how I coach my clients, and what it really is figuring out what is that system that's going to work well for you. So I just really want to start off what I meant by what it means that I had the most abundant month, and that's what it meant to me. Antoinette, I'm so glad. And by the way, who's on here right now live? So Antoinette's watching, Jerry, Bernadette, Sanella, Juliana. So I want you guys to comment, give me questions, or let me know if you have any questions. So let's go through the 6 tips because I want you to know it's possible for you. And just before I give you the 6 tips, I want to let you know that I have messed up. I was in $55,000 in debt. I was caught up in the Goldie Shiny Object syndrome. So the reason why you should listen to me is because I've failed and messed up so many times. And guess what? I will continue to mess up. Bernadette, yes, creating the systems first is uphill, but it is worth it in the end. And I also, hey Shannon, I see you're watching. I also want to let you know, when it comes to creating the systems, I'm also mindful of the fact that my system may not work forever. I love giving the example where, if you remember what Sears was back in the day, they were like the most innovative department store. They created what was called a catalog, where you would go through each page and see, what clothes you wanted to buy. Hey, Monica, nice seeing you too. And that's what was innovative about it. But because they weren't caught up in the trends, they are now bankrupt. So just be mindful that the systems that I have now, that you have now, may not work in the future. So I'm just going to pull up my notes because I'm being very intentional with my real talks moving forward. And no, I'm not doing it every day. I have yet to figure out how often I'm going to do it. I'm going to be asking for your feedback. So let's go through the 6 tips. So step number 1, I stopped following the Goldie Shiny Object syndrome. So what does that mean? You can check me out on my Instagram. I do not have 10,000 followers, and I am damn proud of that. I stopped doing Facebook ads. That is not what works well for me. It's not about the popularity contest or trying to get so many likes, so many comments. And guess what? Like, there are 4 people right now watching live on Instagram, 3 people on Facebook. I am not concerned about how many people could watch me at a given time. What I'm concerned about is making quality, really like transformative relationships versus transactional. So I stopped following the Goldie Shiny Object syndrome. Now, I want to also note I am not downplaying Facebook ads or getting 10,000 followers in Instagram. What I really want you to get from this live is that the process of my business is what works well for me. That is the system that works well for me. So I stopped looking and scrolling through Instagram and Facebook, seeing what everyone else was doing, and really focused on me. So that goes on the second one, creating a system that worked well for me. So I looked at my exact customer journey. When people would come into my audience, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or my email list, to what were the different touch points that worked well where they would convert into a soulmate client. So my question to you is, what is that customer journey for you? How are they coming into your audience? How are you continuing to engage with them? And where is it in that moment that they convert into your soulmate client? Because it's going to be different for you as it is for me. For me, people come into my audience, through my events and through Instagram. So that's where I'm going to focus on. And then I'm just consistently engaging with them. So the feedback I received is people love watching me on video. So I will be on video. And talk. I don't know why. I guess I'm entertaining for all of you. So I'm glad you guys are entertained by me. But that may be different for you. So really understanding what that customer journey is and how you could tweak and fix that, even in how you're serving your clients. So I will give a perfect example. For my clients, so I see Monica's watching and I see Bernadette who are in the mastermind. I did this small little tweak where usually I would teach and do hot seats, but what I was noticing is that during my hot seats, I would run out of time to serve my clients. So what I do now is I do hot seats first, and then I do my teachings later. And if we go over time, then I'll do a Facebook Live into my mastermind group. So tweaks like that. The third one is I focus on my current clients before I even look at new clients. And this is really important. So what I mean by that is I'm constantly asking for feedback from my current clients on how I could best serve them. So for example, I have my mastermind retreat that's coming up at the end of this month. I have 8 amazing clients who are flying in. One of them unfortunately can't make it, but I already did a retreat in September, and there was already so many things that I just wanted to fix and upgrade from that retreat. I already knew it had to be longer. I had to create more space for connection and integration. And so about 2 weeks ago, I sent a survey out to my mastermind clients asking them, hey, what's your number one goal for the retreat? And what's your number one challenge right now? And then I asked questions based on the guest speakers that are coming in. So by asking that feedback, I can tailor it towards my clients. And that's the thing. I think so often we get stuck in what's the content we're going to create, when in reality, you know what you can do? You can actually ask your clients, hey, what do you need support in? And even if I don't have the answers, I actually ask my clients, what type of guest speakers do you want to come in to speak for you? And I've just had the most phenomenal guest speakers. Actually, my next guest speaker next month, she's going to be talking about sponsorships, and she does sponsorships for the Oscars and the Grammys. So shout out to Samantha Ng. I'm excited for you to come speak. So the fourth tip is delegation. And with the delegation, it's trusting yourself and trusting your team. So I had a team to support me while I was gone. And because I have my mastermind clients and I have a contract with them that they have weekly calls, so shout out to 2 of my friends. I had 2 of my friends, who I actually work with personally and professionally. One, my brand strategist, Tiffany Newman, shout out to you. Thank you for coming in. She's my branding strategist. I'm working with her, and she came in to speak and talked about the 2020 trends. And then my second guest speaker, Jamie Giuliano Davis, came in, and she taught about sales and the GEMS test. So I asked them, and to be honest, I was kind of like, let me try to be on these calls. But according to my time zone, it would be like midnight or 3 a.m. in the morning. Latina Love Movement, nice seeing you. What's your name, hun, by the way? Just curious. So I have them come and speak because here's the thing, too. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. And even what I tell my clients is, hey, what do you need support in? Because if I don't know, I will find someone else who will know or learn about it. So I made sure I delegated, and that had a lot to do with mindset. I think so often For me, I'm like, it needs to be me who's doing it. But in reality, we could trust other people as well. Okay, fifth tip. Don't worry, we got two more. So fifth tip, I invest in myself. Not just coaching, but therapist as well. I mean, last week I was just in Puerto Rico. I was with my coach and my mastermind sisters. And even there, I got called out on my shit. Like, Elaine, why are you doing this? You should do this. You should be focused on this. Because we get so much in our business and not even think, like, we get so much in our business that we're not on our business. We're not seeing things in eagle eye view. So just so you know, I'll be transparent in what I've invested in, not necessarily just money, but time and energy, which is more important than money, is I'm working with a health coach so I can make sure I have energy. The second thing is I'm doing more energy work because I want to be in a level of awareness and trusting more of myself when I'm making day-to-day decisions. And third, I have my coach as well as my mastermind sisters. So that's what I've done to invest in myself. And then the sixth tip that's helped me have like the most abundant month is really being mindful and going back to what is the legacy you want to leave behind. And, for me, I'm a first generation immigrant, and the legacy I want to leave behind is honoring my parents and the generations before them who worked so hard so I could have this life of choice right now. And I want to showcase as a woman of color to women of all colors, that to create their own legacy, and that is my mission because it goes back to our why. Why are we doing this in the first place? Why are we leaving a comfortable 9 to 5 job, going against norms to go create our business? Reminding ourselves what is our legacy. So, with that, I will say this was not an overnight success story. I've been in business for 2.5 years. It took me a while to get here, and guess what? I'm going to go make more mistakes. But what really helped me was, shutting out all the goldy shiny objects, really focused on my systems, what felt aligned to me, and being mindful, okay, what is my legacy? And that I want to leave behind, and the values that I want to create. So with that being said, and since you are watching the live right now, is I would love to invite you. Oh, hey, Ashley. I know it's been a while. And for those that are watching the live, I want you to catch this replay because this is such a valuable information. But I would love to invite you to create your own legacy. So I'm hosting my first one-day retreat of the year. It's in person Friday, March 6th, or it's going to be virtual if you don't happen to be in the LA area on Saturday, March 14th. Yes, Saturday, March 14th. And what it is, it's intimate. I'm only holding it space for 12 people. And we are going to work through the systems and also the subconscious healing you have to do. By the end of that one-day retreat, you're going to have a step-by-step plan to create a blueprint so that you have a successful 2020. In addition to that, I'm a tiger mama, by the way. That's what my clients call me. I will also share templates on how you can keep track of everything because it is a numbers game. I'm not talking about sales. What I'm talking about is to even know where your clients are coming from. By understanding where your clients are coming from, understanding that customer journey, you can clean it up, replicate it so that you can scale. Really, when you're scaling your business, it's so simple. So if you are interested, oh, hey girl, I see Janelle, Parent CEO joining. If you want to come to the one-day retreat, whether in person or virtual to scale, I'm limiting it to 12 people each. It's one day, Friday, March 6th or Saturday, March 14th. I would love to see you. Send me a DM. And I want you to send me a DM because, to be honest, I want serious action takers. I want people who are committed to growth and feedback and know that it is possible for them. But, as I'm concluding this Real Talk Live, where I'm talking about my most abundant month in business, you have to remind yourself why you're going to business in the first place. It's having that time freedom to be with the people you love, or maybe you just want to Netflix and just like chill out just for yourself. And being on that 2-week vacation really, let me just wave at you, Janelle, it really gave me that perspective of this is why I'm doing it. And I'm doing it so I could have that freedom of choice. And I want you to have that too. So if you're interested, let me know. You could DM me. But that is my real talk. And also, what I also want you to DM me on is if you love this, let me know. I really want to create more intentional lives for all of you where it's quality information. I am not quite sure if I'm going to do this once a week or every other week, but I just figured I would make this better than last year, and that's what I'm working on, receiving feedback from people, improving, and just giving back. Hey, Cindy, nice seeing you. I'm about to end, so let me go over the 6 tips real quick. 1, stop following the Goldie Shiny object. 2, create a system that works for you. 3, focus on your current clients over your new clients because, hey, they're paying you, and guess what? It's easier to keep a client versus lose them. 4, delegate. 5, invest in yourself. And 6, what is your legacy? So that is it. If you're interested in the one-day retreat, you could DM me or check the link in bio for more details. All right. Good night, everyone. Oh, hey, Sabrina, Dawn, Rachel, Bonnie, Katie, and Chloe. I realize you're watching the live right now. I was looking at my Instagram, but good night. Bye.